Predator, Killer of Killers, a time-spanning rebirth of a cinematic monster. In an era where legacy franchises are constantly being retooled, rebooted, or recycled, Predator, Killer of Killers emerges not just as a continuation of a well-worn saga, but as a bold reimagination. Released on June 6, 2025, this animated anthology film is an ambitious entry into the Predator universe, one that trades the jungles of Central America and the back alleys of Los Angeles for a sweeping journey across time and culture. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who previously reinvigorated the franchise with 2022's Prey, this new chapter dares to ask what the Predator mythos might look like if it was told less like a traditional blockbuster and more like a moving storybook of humanity's greatest warriors and their ultimate hunter. Gone are the brawny commandos and modern military arsenals. In their place are a Viking shield maiden, a samurai-turned-assassin, a World War II pilot, and the alien hunter itself, rendered in striking animation that evokes the kinetic flair of Spider-Man, into the Spider-Verse and the textured depth of Arcane. What ties these stories together isn't just blood and battle, but a thread of myth and ritual that reframes the Predator not simply as an alien with advanced weapons, but as a creature of legend, a god of the hunt, feared and storied across cultures. The film's narrative structure is that of an anthology, segmented into 4 interconnected tales. The first, titled The Shield, opens in the year AD 841, deep in Viking territory. A warrior named Ursa, steeled by grief and vengeance, leads a raid against the Krivich tribe, only for her warpath to be interrupted by something far more terrifying than human enemies. The creature, known to them as Grendel, a clever nod to the Beowulf epic, begins hunting them down with eerie, mechanical precision. Yet Ursa is not merely prey. Her resilience and cunning set the tone for the anthology's theme: those who are hunted may become hunters. From the frostbitten north, the film shifts to the rich visual palette of feudal Japan in The Sword. Here, 2 sons of a powerful warlord, Kenji and Kiyoshi, vie for dominance, one a blade for hire, the other a general. Their rivalry is cut short when a predator descends upon their duel, forcing them into an uneasy alliance. The segment, steeped in classical themes of honor, betrayal, and familial duty, presents the Predator less as an interloper and more as a test of character. This is where the film's mythologizing truly begins to deepen. The Predator becomes a mirror to human ambition and pride. In The Bullet, the 3rd chapter, the setting shifts dramatically again, this time to the sky over 1940s Florida. Navy pilot Johnny Torres, an underdog and a natural improviser, encounters the Predator in the form of a mysterious aircraft that cuts through his fleet with alien precision. After a narrow escape, he returns to the battlefield not with brute force, but with strategy and invention, turning the Predator's own technology against it. It's the most grounded of the 4 stories, a nod to the scrappy human spirit that has always underpinned the Predator films, and one that brings a dash of war drama into the genre mix. What makes Killer of Killers more than a series of stylized shorts is the final act, the arena. In a move that cements the film's place in the franchise's canon, the 3 human protagonists, Ursa, Kenji, and Torres, are abducted and transported to the Predator homeworld. There, they are pitted against one another and a towering, brutal champion in a gladiatorial death match. This segment ties the anthology's thematic threads together: the cyclical nature of violence, the thin line between hunter and hunted, and the universality of myth. Here, the humans aren't just survivors, they're champions, earning the grudging respect of the very species that sought to eliminate them. Visually, the film is a feast. Though animated, it possesses a dynamic, visceral energy. Every setting is richly detailed, with a distinct aesthetic identity. The Viking scenes are dark and earthy, the Japanese chapter is brushed in calligraphic lines and cherry blossoms, and the Florida skies are saturated in sepia-toned sun and smoke. There are moments where the digital gloss of the animation, particularly scenes suspected to be assisted by artificial intelligence, pulls the viewer out of the emotional intensity, but overall, the style enhances the mythic scope of the film. The characters are stylized but expressive, their movements fluid and impactful. The action is brutal yet elegant, and always focused on character rather than spectacle. Critics have responded positively to this daring new direction, praising its cultural depth, bold storytelling, and its refusal to lean solely on nostalgia. Rather than recycle Arnold Schwarzenegger's famous one-liners or rehash old plot beats, Killer of Killers uses the foundation of the franchise to explore something more archetypal. Each segment repositions the predator not just as a sci-fi creature, but as a force of nature, something as old and inevitable as death itself. This recontextualization is what sets Killer of Killers apart from previous entries. It doesn't just entertain, it enriches. It reminds viewers that storytelling is not confined to genre, era, or format. By spanning centuries and cultures, it invites audiences to see the predator as more than a movie monster. It becomes legend, folklore, and fear incarnate. With a tight 90-minute runtime, Predator, Killer of Killers doesn't overstay its welcome. It lands its punches quickly and moves on. But the resonance of its stories lingers, suggesting a future for the franchise that's as limitless as time itself. For those curious or skeptical about animation in such a gritty sci-fi setting, this film is more than proof of concept. It's a beautifully crafted testament to the franchise's enduring and evolving power. Streaming now on Disney Plus and Hulu, Killer of Killers may be the franchise's most creative leap yet, and possibly its most essential since the original. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share and comment, subscribe to the channel to receive more videos.